Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. I'm Yalek. It is Monday, and we're going to be doing Hammerman Attacks here in a minute. We'll probably go through that pretty quickly because we have an op to start. However, I wanted to show an attack I did yesterday, and I thought this was just so fun. I was just in the middle of sort of bragging to another player about the hit that I posted week or so ago where a guy had put 3 rocket launchers all at the front of his base together and a grappler in the middle of them. And I used bullet and taunt to, well, basically to immobilize them all for a good portion of the attack. So just talking about that, and I spawned this guy yesterday, and of course I had to go out and beat this right away. It was just too much fun. This guy has actually upped the ante a little bit. He has done the same thing, putting 3 rocket launchers forward around a grappler, and I'm sure he thought that was very clever. He's actually made it even worse for himself because he dropped a shock launcher in there too. So I realized all I had to do was drop bullet off to the left side, and so the grappler would turn to grab bullet, and it will drop bullet ideally right about in that spot, and you will see that spot is the blind spot of the shock launcher, so it won't be able to shock bullet, so he can keep on taunting, and it won't be able to fire at anything else because it too will be taunted. And then from there, this base is really not going to be that difficult. So away we go. Just the timing on this was beautiful because it just happened to come up, as I said, in the middle of a conversation about it. So there you go. Bullet has landed just on the edge of the blind spot of that shock launcher, and it can't really do anything about him. These rockets either can't fire or can only fire at bullet, and meanwhile, I've dropped the rest of my troops. I went with ice hookah here because of all the mines. I figured I'd let the heavies spread out and take care of the mines on the beach. I didn't want to do too much clearance. And now the only thing I have to worry about the rest of this attack is keeping on taunting, and you will see back here in this corner, the one other ranged tower is the shock launcher stashed back there, and I'm taking that out as we go. So we're already down to just the Doom in terms of long-range towers, and a Doom is not an overly big concern. Box of critters. and that's pretty much occupied for a half hour. So I don't know that I'd ever seen this configuration before. Maybe I have and I just didn't notice it, but now that I had that realization with the first guy a couple weeks ago, to just a week or so, whenever it was, to let bullet handle all of the rockets at the same time, and now I'm sure I'll start to see it more. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that was it. Other people probably do this. I don't think it's just a coincidence that I happen to get these 2 players together. I wouldn't advise to do it. Just hilarious and so much fun. And like I said, as soon as that came up on my map, I had to go break it down because it just, yeah, it was too much. All right, so we're gonna, since we're talking about defense anyway, and what to do and what not to do, we're going to save. This is called Anti-Warrior, by the way. It is not, well, it's about as much Anti-Warrior as anything I can do, given the fact that I don't keep a shield and I don't have any ice. But last week I didn't show this. I only had 1 hot pot up. I had 1 hot pot and a blaster, and just couldn't beat it. So hopefully this week will go a little bit better. We have 2 hot pots going, and we're going to speed these up. I usually don't sit and watch through these attacks until get to like level 6 and 7 anyway. Basically when it gets hard, then you need to pay attention to what's going on, like where Hammerman is shocking, what towers he chooses to Bart down, because you want to get those away from other towers where he could demolish more than one at a time. Okay. leading with the heavies. I mean, at this level, it's probably not going to be an issue. Later on, leading with the heavies would be a problem because those hot pots are going to take longer to deal with the heavies. And meanwhile, anything behind them would be doing a good amount of damage. The number of riflemen you see at the latter stages of the Hammerman Attacks event is just insane. 600 riflemen and one Scorcher. Or, you know, whatever it might be. Yeah. So that actually was my problem last week, is that he led with the heavies, and behind that was a buttload of riflemen, and behind that he had grenadiers. And just the combination of ability to deal damage, riflemen and grenadiers are both pretty powerful in large numbers. And then up front, the heavies, the ability to absorb damage, just kept overwhelming me. So I tried. Oh, I didn't grab my... I gotta defend. I mean, I frequently get raided and get diamonds. How? You know what? I gotta watch that later. I got more defense. Oh, that's first from this. I was gonna say, I mean, that doesn't happen very often. So, this looks like a lineup, warriors and rifles. That looks like a lineup that these hot pots should have no trouble ripping through. Yeah, they're barely getting to touch things. I've had 2 weird days on defense. I looked at my activity log at the end of the day yesterday. And I keep pausing. I apologize for that. But went back to this and activity 1877. Scouted 18 times by 9 players. Attacked 7 times by 7 players. Raided 7 times by 7 players. So the success rate against me, because I have no ice, is going to be really high. Who scouted 18 times by 9 players? Who are these people who are looking at my base with no ice? If you go back down to the day before, scouted 18 times by 10 players. Who are these players who are looking at my no ice base and deciding, yeah, I think I'll hold off on that guy. What stage are we at here? 5, I think? Now see, those grins will be a bit of an issue. Luckily, one of the hot pots is still down, so it's not going to be able to receive any damage. Now it's up. Yeah, who are these players who are looking at my base and saying that, you know, deciding against attacking it? That I don't get. I mean, not that it's a terrible layout, it's fine, but it is what it is, and since I don't have the ice to amplify or multiply my ability to defend myself, and since I don't have the shields or anything like that, I mean, it's really not that hard to approach. Alright, this is stage 5. So, you know, even if it's, I mean, it's designed to be a pain in the butt for, like, RCZM and for Alzuka, and even to be a pain in the butt for warriors, although they still get to the HQ. I mean, they get there, and it's ugly, but they get there. But, you know, like, if you were coming at my base with RCZM, you just bart down a couple of the... I mean, with my GBE, I can usually take out at least 3 range defenses on a no-ice base, which means you only have to deal with the other 2, the shock launcher and the... Of the shock launchers and rocket launchers, there are 5, so everybody has the same amount. So you only have to deal with the other 2. Alright, we are on to 6. We are looking at 500. So we're going to switch... He is dropping that first. Tell you what, we'll try it once with this layout, and if need be, we'll switch to the second layout that I have for Hammerman. He does have some tanks going out right away. Rifleman, less concern. Now see, he's dropped a shock over here and up there. The rifleman will get, the twin hot pots are going to work here, so that's good. Unfortunately, they are now going to be eaten up by the tanks. Heavy's in the back. If it were just the tanks, I wouldn't be worried about it. Not looking great, though. Yeah, let's speed it up. I think there's just too much health left out there right now. All those tanks still, and the heavies too. Alright, so that was probably a bad gamble. And when I say probably, I mean, well, that's exactly the sort of thing I would do now, isn't it? Alright, so we'll switch over to this layout. Yeah, don't care. Let's see, so. Get that in a little closer. Let's see. We're going to need booms in the back. Probably going to pull one of those rocket launchers forward somewhere to try to handle some more. Tell you what, drop that back a little bit so that we can try to handle some more of where are they going to start attacking. So we're going to drop this back. And this is stage 6. Kind of an issue. Drop those back so we're a little bit more in range. I'll tell you what. And pull the back rocket launcher. Machine gun or something? We do have a rocket up there. Can probably one up there. Get some, just get damage right off the beach. Pull that in a little bit. We want them going to that side. Let's run this and see how it does. I wouldn't mind having something else. To defend over here. Yeah, we'll see how it does. Alright, keep this at 2 times. Oh, he's going for that back rocket launcher. Didn't get it down, but did some heavy damage on it. One of my hot pots is down. Both of my hot pots are down. Now we do have the 2 booms back. Hopefully some more of those rifles will get taken out in the process, and maybe enough damage done on the heavies in the minefield. We'll see. No. Oh boy. I don't know if there's a way we can fix this. Wow, I really thought it depends week to week too. If this had been a layout, like I said last week, he came at me in the later stages with heavy Gren rifles, and that was a problem. Had it been one of those weeks where it was just, like I said, 650 riflemen and a Scorcher, this probably would not be an issue. Let's see, is there... Maybe try swinging some of this stuff back a little bit. Try to buy the booms maybe a little bit of time to work back here. This is a long shot. That I'm going to pull over. Didn't end up approaching from that side at all. So that's not doing a whole lot of good back here. So we're going to pull this flame and put it probably out here. And then this rocket this week, not really necessary there, so maybe we'll pull it forward to try to cut off some more of the cut down some more of the riflemen on the beach, and see if it looks any better. If it doesn't, it's probably not good for this one, but put it to 2 times. You see, he always attacks the same buildings in an attack. So this rocket launcher, which was way back up in the upper corner, is now down here, but he still chooses to attack it. Maybe a little further back would have been better. Well, I don't really see a lot of riflemen in there, so we've actually done better in that regard. Nothing is really going to change until we get to the minefield. The riflemen won't make it. But still, with the heaviest out front, there's too many of them. Better, but I just don't think it's going to be enough this week. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. Boom, as I get blown up. So the first attack was cool. Once again, like, this used to be no problem at all, and now every other event is so much easier. But suddenly Hammerman becomes much more interesting to me because I don't have the same equipment as a lot of people up at this level who do have ice to beat this. So it really becomes more of a challenge, but not a challenge that I'm consistently able to win. But whatever, it's always fun to try. So I think we're not going to save any of that, because usually this configuration is much better. Alright, and it should be time for me to start my op, so I'm going to let you go. Hope you like the initial attack. Hope you don't have your rockets set up with a grappler in between them like that. Don't do it. It's stupid. I'm Yalek, and I'm out. Hope you have a great day.